Hi, I'm Komal Wadhwa, artist behind Kraneil Fine Art, and welcome to my studio. Today we will be painting Halloween theme painting, jack-o'-lantern, which is broom, and sunflowers with the bats flying. So you will if you have ordered from Kraneil Fine Art, you will be receiving all the supplies you need for your masterpiece. The instructions, canvases, paint brushes, paper towel, and palette with paints. So let me introduce you to the supplies for this particular painting, and we will get started after. So the brushes. This is a flat brush, this biggest brush ever. And we are going to be calling this as Papa Bear from now onwards. And this will be perfect for painting the backgrounds. There is a middle-sized paintbrush you will be getting, and this is called Mama Bear. It's also a flat paintbrush. Then there is a tiny round brush, and this will be called Baby Bear from now onwards. Other than that, you will be receiving a paper plate or palette with the following paints. So this one is red, orange, black, blue, green, yellow, purple, and white. All right, so let's get started. Start painting, you just dip it in the water and dab it on paper towel lightly so that you do not have excess water in it. And I'm taking purple and loading the paintbrush. I'm just loading at the tips of the paintbrush. I'm not going to the neck of the paintbrush. All right, so I have a lot of paint on my paintbrush. Let's get started. So let's start. We will cover the background first. Purple, taking a little bit white and going here in the middle, right middle, like this. Then I'm taking a little red and purple and going on the sides, the corners. Just a tiny bit of red with purple and on the sides, the corners. The major purpose of this exercise is to cover the canvas with purple and bringing all the attention towards the middle. So we are making like a window for the viewer's attention to go in the middle. And the light area attracts viewers' eyes. So that's why we are doing darker on the sides, the corners. And I'm doing crisscross brush strokes, and without worrying where to go, I'm just covering the canvas without worrying what marks it makes, or because acrylic is so forgiving that if you feel that something you have missed out or it's not right, you can go over it once again and it will be fine. Like this. Now I'm taking just a teeny tiny bit of black, just the corner, and putting it right here to make it sit. Our painting, our jack-o'-lantern or the sunflowers, or it's just like making a surface, giving them a place to sit. like this. We should not see the whites of the canvas, the teeth of canvas, and covering the whole canvas up with a few shades of purple. Some are dark, some are light, like this. And while we are at it, we will be actually covering the sides as well. But before we do that, I want to finish the middle once again. So I'm taking white on my paintbrush and going once again in the middle, making sure that I just cover the whole canvas like this. Once we are done with this, we will let it get dried and move on to the next part. Consider painting as an art therapy. It helps you relax. Just do not worry about the end result and feel the energy coming out of the paint brushes and the strokes you are making. All right, so I think I have covered almost the whole canvas like that, keeping dark color right here on the sides and the corners. And in the middle, I have little white area left. I'm taking little white and purple once again and going over this once again. This will give us, it's like long brush marks. It will give us a feeling of some clouds. So we will be taking the lid of the containers your paint arrived in, and we will be putting white paint all over it like that. And I'm using it to stamp the moon wherever I want. Just one push and take it out. Put it on the side, and with the same paintbrush, I'm just filling the rest of it like that. And instantly we have our moon like this. All right. Okay, so the next step is you have to let the painting dry a little. All right, so now what we will be doing is we will be taking a little bit red and adding yellow in it to make a little orange. So whatever orange makes you happy, we will be using that. And what I'm using the same paintbrush, but if the small one makes you happy, makes you comfortable, you can use that. So we will be starting with making 2 circles like that. I'm not worrying at all that what is the shape of the pumpkin. I'm just covering the major parts like this. Now I'm gonna make another circle which is a little smaller on top of it like that. And cover it up as well. Like this. Now I'm gonna be making some more paint and placing my sunflowers using the same paintbrush, or you can use the little one. I'll show you both the structures. So take the little one first, dip it in water, take it out, tap it on paper towel, and we are taking blue green. Load the paintbrush, and I'm making some space for my sunflowers, just making some marks right here like that. I'm taking with the same paintbrush without washing it out. I'm taking little yellow and putting it right here with little commas, strokes like these. Okay, like that. Now, the second part is to make my place for my sunflowers. So what I'm going to do is taking my orange, and we are going to start making petals like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. All right, so now I'm gonna make one more, but after this green has dried. I cannot do it right now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish the pumpkins like that. With the same paintbrush, I'm taking yellow and making a few marks like that. And keeping some of the orange showing through. And then going up right here. Like this. Now I'm taking yellow again. And where you see that it has already blended, I'm going to put once again with more yellow. All right, now I'm washing my little brush out completely. It had yellow in it. And I'm making just a teeny tiny one more flower right here. So the orange, whatever makes you happy, whichever orange makes you happy, you just give it a base shade like this. These are all little commas structure. Okay, now I'm taking more yellow and adding a little bit white in it. Now I have to decide where my light is coming from. So my moon is right here. So that means the light is shining through on from this side. So light will be right here. So I'm gonna add a little lighter shade of yellow right here on top, right here. And I'm gonna make the petals once again, giving it a little bit more pop of color like this. Again on all the flowers, Another coat is coming right here, like this, and this one, keeping some of the orange showing through, like that. Now I'm going to put some of the leaves right here, just scatter them here. I'm just not mixing the paint all up. I'm just picking up orange and a light yellow and just putting it right here and there. Little comma marks like this. Comma. Put a little pressure and flick it up. Put it, little pressure and flick it up. So this is how you make the comma marks, and I'm going on different directions every time I'm making mark, like that, different directions. All right, so the next step, once we are done with this, if you think that you are happy with your pumpkin, if you are not, then I'm going to put a little bit more yellow, but once it is dried. In the meantime, I'm going to start with the witch's broom. So for that, I'll be taking my little paintbrush. This is Baby Bear, dipping it in water, and it will take its pointy shape like that. Now I'm taking black. And how I'm going to load the paint is like this. I'm dipping the tip of the paintbrush and rolling it in 2 fingers, thumb and a finger, in the paint, but without touching at the neck of the paintbrush. Now, so here is the first step. This diagonal line like that, and here is another diagonal line. All right, so for balance, if you need, you can just put your pinky finger on the canvas because it's dried, it will be fine, and then you are going to be precisely taking these and coming down and just like an elbow joint, bringing it down right here, like this. And now I'm going here, like, and spreading this out, like this. It's okay if it is going on the pumpkin a little bit because we need to give it one more coat of yellow. So this will be fine. So here we go. Like this. Okay, while we are at the black, what we will be doing is making some birds. So for the bats, birds or bats, for that you are going to make a few V's like that. Put your finky on here and in the shape like that. And like this. This is the shape, basic shape of birds. And without worrying, we are just making a few marks. If you want to make it in a particular shape, you can. So it's V's like that. As I'm going towards the moon, which is away from me, I'm going to make a little ones according to perspective, like that. And it's okay to bring it on the moon. If your brush is not moving, then you can add a little bit, just one teeny tiny dot of water, and then roll your paintbrush in the paint, and make the pointy like this once again, and go from here. Okay, like that. All right, now here is a hook. That's how we are going to make it go out and in, and smooth it out like this. Now I'm taking white and giving it some more characteristic. So the light is coming from moon, so I'm going to put it right here, some highlights like this, and some going here. It's okay if it gets blended and makes a gray shade. I am doing it on purpose so that our highlight is white and the rest is gray. All right, now I'm taking once again a little bit of black and making the handle just where it's a rectangle. And I want to hang a little ribbon out of it, like that. Double loading and highlight of white. Yeah, I like it. This is the way. All right. Okay, now I think our jack-o'-lantern has dried up a little. We can start putting some of let's do the middles of the flowers. So I have, or let's take one more coat of yellow and do it once again. We are going to color on top of the pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, like that. It gives a three-dimensional look when you have a few shades of one particular paint on top on one character or the subject, like this. Some of the orange showing through shows like veins. Okay, this is good. Now I am once again, okay, so my green has dried now, so I'm gonna make one more sunflower right here and loading my paint brush with a little bit of orange as the base color. So red, orange added with yellow, and making a few petals like this, like that. And then I'm going once again with yellow and give it a top coat like this. After this dries, I'm gonna give one more coat on top of these petals, so we have clarity in the petals. Now, since we are here now, I'm gonna start with the middle part of the flowers, and I'm going to wash my brush out completely and take my purple, make it in a another puddle and add a little bit of red and very teeny tiny dot of black to make it a little darker. And I'm holding my paintbrush like that. It's vertical now, and little jabbing motion. I am just covering the middle of this like this, and here and here like that. Okay, now I'm adding a little bit of yellow in it, and on top just a teeny tiny like that. All right, this is done. Now I'm washing my brush out and give this sunflower once again one more coat with yellow. If you want, you can add a teeny bit of white in it like this. Like this. Okay, now I'm going to give the light, a little bit highlight on these petals right here. So the light is coming from here, so this will be a little bit highlighted like that. And on this, once again right here as well. Little bit in here. Okay, now I need to show a light coming right here as well. So I'm going to take the same one, the yellow, added a little bit with white, and make a few marks just around here, right around here. This will be my highlighted area like this. Okay. All right, now I'm going to wash my brush out, and again I'm taking the teeny tiny brush, and we are going to make the witch's hat, jack-o'-lantern's hat. What is the shape I see is so first of all, I'm going to make a C, upside down C. I'm taking black, added with a teeny tiny dot of water, and making sure that my top pumpkin is dried up. Now I'm going to go over like this. Where it is dried, I'm putting my pinky right here and all across here like this. And now I'm making a triangle in little bit, looks like triangle in this shape, and cover it all up. And here like this teardrop shape. Now I'm going to take the middle-sized brush and fill it all up with black. Like this. Now I have to let it get dried before I make the band of the hat. So I have to come back to it later. And then I'm going to start with giving shape of the eyes, nose, and just carve it all out with black, however shape you want. So these are the eyes off the top. It's little C's, and semicircle. Then there is a triangle and a smiley. You can make teeth, instead of smiley, whatever makes you happy, go for that. It's your painting and you are the artist. You have all the rights. Now here is another triangle for the eyes and another one right here. Upside down triangle for nose here. And let's give this a C first, the bottom one. And let's give it a few fangs. Like this. Okay. And we are going to fill this up with Mama brush. Clean that up, wipe on paper towel, load it with black, and fill it up. Like this. Like this. Here is one nose, eyes, and the mouth. Like this. All right, so what we are left with here is the band of the hat, the witch's hat or jack-o'-lantern's hat's band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my orange, which I had made earlier, or if you do not have it, you can make your own orange by adding red and yellow and whatever makes you happy. Oops, I think I had some white added into it, so I'm going to add some right here. And a little bit more red. I want it darker and brighter. And I'm taking baby brush like that. Load it by rolling and make a pointy like that. And here we go. I'm putting my pinky over where it is dried already. Let's make a band like that. Okay, now I'm dipping my paintbrush in black without washing it and make another little rectangle going right here in the middle. And this is our cute jack-o'-lantern. Now I'm gonna give a highlight to the hat as well. So I'm washing my brush out. Taking white and the light is coming from my moon, so I'm going to do like that. And a little bit on the band right here, and right here. And here we have our painting. Let's make a few more whites in the broom. And you are ready to sign your painting. I hope you enjoyed it. Please post your pictures. I would love to see your creations. Thank you for joining me tonight, and it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.